evening, welcome back to Poetry Love Buzz. It is I, Z.M. Wise, and here I am with another home recording just for you. This piece was published in the Literary Parrot Anthology of the New York Parrot. I would like to thank the staff of the literary corner of the New York Parrot for the opportunity to submit. By some stroke of luck, this piece actually made it into the anthology. I am beyond astonished. Instead of giving a long prosaic rant prior to my performance of this piece, I'm just going to say a couple of brief words. Number one, for those of you who are reading the text, you'll notice that it says at the top it was written by L.J. Talbot. Well, when I wrote this last summer, a large part of me was tempted to cower behind a pseudonym if this piece should ever reach publication. Lately, though, I said, to hell with it. I know where I stand. And speaking of which, speaking of standing, for those of you who are wondering throughout the piece about my political viewpoints, about which side I lean towards, I'm just going to put you out of your misery for now and just tell you, neither. I stand with neither. It's about the state of the country, it's about the state of the world. All viewpoints, opinions are my own. I am not trying to speak for anyone else. If it seems that way, sorry, you are just hearing what's being seen through my eyes. Oh, I should tell you, there are a few trigger warnings in this piece, including but not limited to rape, abuse, abuse of power, and excessive violence, lifelong betrayal, and much more. So without further ado, saluting the Alabaster Progenies. Hellfire brewing from the second continent, malicious activities, fallen out of grace, weakness rises, predictability written in treasonous blood, triumphantly independent, equality for all. Our forebears made this country spectacular for the white man. White clansman ruins the title of dragon and wizard, turning to triangular ghosts of disgrace. Peace in their dolls' eyes involves no color but their own. To lynch is to be honored. To maim is to win every war. White man's rope hung the hangman and a karma-laden universe. White man in his White House, sequestered in conspiracy's safety, endless halls with treacherous rooms. White American man flaunts his patriotism like an Ivy League graduate with doctorate in hand, boasting of benefits and the many joys of segregation, the splendors of the lack of unresolved issues, separate but equal but sugar-coated. White man's white carpet turns red, the color of betrayal from civil brothers. White textbook man made Jesus a glamorous dentine, lavish robes and biblical aromas, every rendition a fabrication of a holy grail answer. The spear of destiny impales the carcass of the white man's previous alter ego. White man demands that you speak the mechanical English language in a country that was never his to begin with. Hungry, hypocritical white man turns his back on the newest families, arriving with aspirations of their own, immigrants of horrific locations dictated by those who would murder if questioned. They plead with waterfalls of sincerity, but he drives in a Korean automobile, wolfing down spiced Pakistani dishes of nourishment. White man just remembered where he placed a great number of Native Americans. White man waves his shielding genitalia. There are but two genders. You will never change his mind. White bread man stuffs his face with wholesome artificiality, mayonnaise and marshmallow fluff, white corn tortilla chips and sour cream. He bathes in ivory soap bubbles, cleansing his skin with absorbent microscopic children he released nary an hour ago. White man's stomach trampoline is on display through every mirror. White man utilizes lethal gases and increases oven temperatures, incinerating the roasted flesh of his own class. White man with a badge spreads the honest word that blue lives matter immediately after gunning down protesters with the only method of communication he has known his entire existence. His breed has made them the enemy since the dawn of sirens. He is yet another statistic on the holy hit list. White man is only erect when his firearm is present. White man promotes himself, skinhead ways of life, the neocon dream of the century. White machismo man extends the impossible, forbidding white women to promote white feminism, equality for all except the majority they call minorities. White man's nuances wag the decaying tail. White man paints a target on the back of every woman. White man inquires about what the term intersectional means. White man, heir of destruction. White man inherited a planet of pollution. White man inhales pollution to be pessimistically optimistic. White settler man 2.0 enslaves the rightful owners of the purest lands, tainting them with rodentious diseases. Listen to the white man's sage words while raping native women into traumatic oblivion. He calls them all filthy savages. White man's fate decided by the arrowhead's end. White man sings of Paradiso. He should have listened to Lilith. His burden is his own. White man in white collar, operating his deceased emerald brethren on numerical paper, privileged above all, shuns the impoverished residing under dank overpasses, begging for half a life. He is quite charitable towards his investors. White man speaks up about his own struggles. White whining man is a staunch supporter of racial division. There are great numbers of ethnic heritage months because he made all progress possible. White man's idea of progress is inevitable defeat. White man pays no heed to the vicissitudes of modern living, for he was always in the past tense. White night man defends the honor of women who wish to speak for themselves, bodyguard for the incels, tormented misfits whose virginity is a rabid kennel beast. They spend their funds on deliberate objectification to ogle at a dream that remains a magazine photograph. White man's superiority complex is small penis energy. White man stands alone, kissing his first world problems on the reflecting glass lips. Straight white man weeps, pounding sand about how there is no straight day to celebrate, no straight month with soft gray parades. White man does not comprehend acceptance. White man, straight and diamond-mined mundane. White man cries out for his former alliance, yet his abandoned principles retaliate. Abrahamic white man wants you to believe in his white deity. He is welcoming if you join the mountainous army of chanting followers, but points a mortal finger of judgment if you spurn his Lord and Savior. White man's finger is now officially broken. White man loves his orientation, yet the rights of humans beyond his are excluded from his fallen kingdom. White food chain man endangers his fellow creatures by means of bullet kisses and taxidermy trophies. He deserves his bald eagle mascot, a thief and scavenger by natural trade. White man does not discover. His parasitic form feasts on scraps of original delicacies. White man lives his own afterlife, serving white voices with blackface paint, reminder of a world too white for him. I am an independent river flowing the other direction. My alabaster skin is ashamed to be seen around the lot of you, mutations of descendants, a melting pot of curiosities we ought to be, a species who is eager to learn, but the race has reached the finish line. July 28th, 2020. Well, thank you very much, Poetry Love Buzz, for your time. If I have angered, offended, or upset any of you, it's not my intention, but, what are you going to do? If you like what you have seen, please subscribe to my channel, like this video. I have plenty of other videos like this. To be quite honest, I try and keep poems like that down to a minimum. I have jam sessions, live performances, interviews with other creators, other poets, writers, musicians, visual artists, and much, much more. Thank you very much. Poetry lives. Long live the arts.